we've got a partnership going between Mibbinbah and your newly established organisation called Blood Brothers Fishing. Now, I'm sure a lot of people watching know you as your role at Goulbury and what you do there with the beautiful work that you do there with all the elders and the older people. I don't know if you wanted to tell anyone about that. If not, we're happy to go straight into having a yarn about um, what's going to happen with this new partnership and what you see happening because like we're really excited by it because as you know we run so many different programs and workshops and camps and gatherings, but we're really excited by this one. And yeah, look, I'll hand it over to you, brother, if you want, and just tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about Blood Brothers and how it originated with you and Adrian, and then tell us a little bit about what's going to happen along the way with the camp at Chinchilla.
No worries, thank you. So those who don't know me, my name is Nathan Galton. I am a Budgety and Mardigan man from southwest Queensland. Some people may know me from, yes, Goulbury, and I've been at Goulbury for about 16 years. I think I'm about 3 weeks off or something, of 17 years.
Oh, wow.
So, I've been working in community pretty much most of my working career, which is rewarding and challenging at the same time. My cousin and I, Adrian, who pretty much has grown up to be like a father figure to me, went through some traumatic event a couple of years back with his younger son, Braxton. And Braxton was actually diagnosed with a liver failure and needed a transplant. And how there's actually two companies, Blood Brothers Pty Ltd, and then the trading company and operating company is Blood Brothers Fishing. And how that come about was we were just spending family time together as we were all going through the emotions, the roller coaster emotion of not knowing what to expect with Braxton. So we decided to put our heads together and come up with this. We enjoy fishing. We decided to come up with this fishing company that would allow us to create safe spaces for all people of all walks of life. It also is a space where people will get to build their awareness of what support networks are out there for anything that they're going through. It will also be a space where they can create more friendships and connections, but also take on any trauma or any issues going on in their life to give themselves a bit of accountability as well, and awareness for the stuff that they're going on about. So the vision of Blood Brothers Pty Limited and Blood Brothers Fishing is strong people, strong families, strong communities, a future built on connection, purpose, and opportunity. And our mission to achieve that is to create culturally safe spaces where people can heal, strengthen their spiritual identity, improve their social and emotional well-being, and build positive futures for themselves, their families, and their communities.
That's beautiful, brother. And the thing that really resonates with us is, I mean, how aligned your vision, your mission, if you want, whatever you want to call it, is with ours at Mibbinbah, and that's what we're excited by because it's not often you get like-minded people, and people talk about being like-minded and those sort of things, but at the end of the day, it doesn't happen all that often, and that's why we're excited because of what you and Adrian are trying to achieve here. and we just think it's a fantastic opportunity, not for just for you guys, but for mob as well. And I know now with the registrations, I think we've got about 15. So I think it's going to be fantastic. And I know this isn't the first one either, brother. I mean, you had one a few months back there as well. So I just think it's such a great opportunity for everyone to be able to work together. And the other thing too is that this is part of our work with in partnership with Gulbury and the Jaden Adams Foundation as well, with the Strong Men, Strong Family program. So that's part of this as well. Thank you for sharing a little bit about Blood Brothers fishing and the bigger picture as well. Tell us a little bit about what's going to happen at the camp, brother.
So, again, thanks for the opportunity of the partnership. I'm sure this will be the first of many to come. We have one coming up next week, 27th to the 30th of August. We're holding this at Chinchilla. There's a nice little location out there called Archers Crossing. So pretty much how it runs on a day-to-day space is everybody Thursday we all arrive, we all get to know each other, we do an introduction. We make sure that the participants know that it's a safe space. It's not a structured routine space, so it's not them coming there and being told they've got to cook breakfast, lunch, dinner, this and that, and everything like that. Everybody, it's about your own wellness and your own journey. So you can do as much as you want, as little as you want. The education side behind what we would like to do is fishing based. That's our passion. So things like how to tie hooks, sinkers, how to tie the right rigs on your fishing gear, why you use this sort of bait in these rivers, what you're looking for on a fish sounder with structure and stuff like that, the type of fish you can keep, you can't keep, the open and closed seasons for the different fish species. The other thing is knife skills. We like to teach, if we're successful in catching fish, we like to educate and teach people on how to fillet the fish and why we do it our way and the way we do it. The bag limits of what species to have and everything like that. Every species has got to be protected in some way or another. And then just having the purpose of sitting around a campfire and yarning and enjoying the smoke and because everyone knows that campfire smoke is something different about it. It cleanses you, brings you back to being present in the moment. If people want the opportunity there to share what they're going through, whether it's any trauma or stuff like that they want to open up about, then that's their spotlight, and there's no judgment. We're all there to help each other, and we might have somebody who's experienced what somebody's going through, and so what they went on their journey to help themselves. And then just pretty much hopefully we all walk away still connected in some way, where if we see each other down the street or in a different community or this and that, then that respect and conversation just starts again from where it left.
I love that. I think that's something special, like you said, that happens at a campfire, whether you're fishing or you're sitting, or just those connections. And in the stillness and in the quietness is where the healing happens. And being able to watch others share their journey, even if you're not speaking, but if you're listening to someone's story, there's also that exchange of healing that happens. And I think that happens.
Exactly right.
Yeah, really beautifully. And I think you guys will have the best time, because she's also such good characters and so much fun to be around.
Yeah, we got a pretty good sense of humour, different sense of humour. It's good. It's a bit of banter here and there, but we like to be respectful, and we like to push the limits, know where the limitations stop, because we don't want to bring people down and create any of that. But yeah, like our lives on a day-to-day basis it's like a rat race. So it's worthwhile tagging along and come and enjoying the quiet and just sit there, listen to the birds and the sunrise and go down and the stars, and you know what it's like.
Yeah.
Well, I was actually really excited because we had this penciled in for a couple of weeks ago, and I was excited to be able to. I thought I'm going to get to this one, but when the dates got changed, I thought, oh shit, maybe I can still make it. Um, because we're on our way to, as you know, to Tennant Creek to do some work there, but there's no way I can make it. So I'm pretty disappointed about that. I would love to be there, with all the lads, and have those special, because they do turn into special yarns. It doesn't matter, how many or how few you've got there. Once people, as you said before, with that safe space, it's actually it's such a beautiful space to be in when everyone feels comfortable enough to start to talk about their issues, talk about their concerns, and most of the time they got the solutions as well, brother. And it's just as you say, we it's just us standing side by side, if you like. So
That's 100% right there, Jack. That's the thing. They definitely do have the solutions. Whether it's the confirmation they're looking for, or the clarity, or just a little bit extra direction on where to go, that's what it's about. And it comes back to our 5 core values that we have in the business, which is it's all about choice. It's about accountability, empowerment, community, and then leadership.
Oh, beautiful. Love that. And
So,
that's what happens in those safe spaces, in like sitting around the campfire, or whether you're sitting around fishing, that all of those values naturally start to build. And it's not whether it's the first one or the fifth one or however they show up, but they organically happen when there's energy or space that allows people to feel safe without feeling judged or feeling like they're being a fool if they say something. And I think that courage then creates that leadership, because then they step up and speak about how they're feeling, and then just gives another brother or sister confidence to speak that way.
that's absolutely, because there was, like you were saying earlier, this will be our second one. Our first one we did was with the Jaden Adams Foundation, and then we did that at Lake Mugra. Beautiful spot down at the scenic rim, unbelievable. We had a lot of success with catching fish and everything like that, and it's those little things that brought everybody together. And from with this one now, 5 of those participants that were down in that camp are actually coming to this one as well. So
Oh, good.
it goes to show that we did make a difference, or there was that connection there to where they want to be around us again. But now that those guys have been to that one, now it's their turn to be able to step up now and be that leader or that shoulder to lean on
100%.
for the next mob that are coming through. So and they were all across. We had some come from Chinchilla last time, mostly around Toowoomba, and then but we picked up a few more this time. I think the age bracket might be, I don't know, off the top of my head, somewhere between early 20s up to 50, I think, for this camp, which is great.
Good.
yeah, I had a little bit of a look at the ages there, brother, and I think it's a really good mix. As you said, like some young fellas there, and as you mentioned, some of them have been, to the previous one, and now it's their again their opportunity to be able to stand up and show what they learned in that previous space. And I just also think that there's so many different areas, like when you're traveling in the car, you get to have those conversations that you might not have when you're sitting in the boat. You get the same sort of thing, like you're waiting there. You're able to have those conversations that you might not get the chance to have otherwise, And then around as you both mentioned before, around the campfire, just a beautiful space, with that smoke coming off and having a feed, and just being with each other in that space is just such a great place to be. I think so.
Yeah, definitely. And probably one huge thing to mention is these are dry camps.
Yep.
We understand that, in our personal lives, we do like to enjoy a beer and stuff like that. But yeah, this is about healing now. So to actually be able to do this stuff with people you might feel vulnerable with, and be in that sound body and mind space of making your best judgment on yourself and the people around you is very important.
Yeah, I love that. That's so true.
Yeah, no, fantastic, and I think too that we all like to have a drink or two, and but if we can't go 3 or 4 days without that, and be able to be in each other's company, as you said before, and just spend that time, and as Lisa said before, that's when the healing starts, in that quiet space, and if you've got alcohol there, it's not going to work the same way, is it?
That's exactly right. And it goes with the age bracket in the participants. It goes to show that no matter what age you are, whether you're early 20s or late
Yeah.
50s, we still have issues and stuff that
Yeah.
we need to deal with. So
That's so true. And I think, like you said before, I think the healing happens, or it starts to begin the moment they sign up for the register, like they register for the camp. Like
yep,
there's a process that happens, and then like you're talking about, being able to go without a drink or any of those addictions for a couple of days. The fact that they're signing up for it shows that they're ready for that journey, and they might struggle in that space, but they've got all that support. There's no judgment. All the laughter, all the medicine of nature that you have around them is what supports everybody. I mean, even the facilitators always come away with you would have felt the same after the first camp that you had. You would have felt your spirit being healed and lifted and really confident and proud of who you are and what you've been taught before, and then to be able to share that as well. I think the exchange that happens is from the very beginning of signing up, or even us having the conversation about let's do a camp together.
yeah, definitely. That's exactly how I felt, Lisa. Honestly,
Mm.
I walked away from there, and it's like, pretty much everything that I had learnt from my father, uncles, and cousins and everything like that, gave me a purpose to hand that over, and then just seeing what you've taught them to actually being successful catching fish, and some of those gentlemen that were there, it was their first ever fish. So
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
wow.
yeah.
the smiles on their face, and you could just see just the excitement, joy, and love that they had. It's like every camp. I'll be honest. At the start, it's daunting for everybody that comes in. It starts off with a normal handshake. Oh, hey mate, how are you? I'm such and such. But by the end of it, there was, that black fella handshake, hugs. Wish all the best, brother. All that. So
Yeah.
Can I just ask you? So, like, a lot of our work is around that healing, is around that sense of belonging, the whole identity space. Can you just tell us a little bit about how like you just talked about it before with coming walking away from that first initial camp, and the purpose that you felt. So how does that go for like your sense of belonging and also the participant's sense of belonging?
well, for me, I'm pretty passionate about helping as many people as I can. So I like to thrive on doing one good deed a day, whatever that may be. Um, for me, education is key. There's a lot of things that we learn. We should always learn about stuff in life, regardless of how big or small it is. Um, but I grew up in a family predominantly women. Um, my mother and six aunties, and then just seeing and a massive
We know a
family,
few of those. So.
massive family too. Like there's 50 something grandkids and then
First cousin.
20. It's crazy. But the love and everything that we got to share in that family was that wholesome. That and I've been through my struggles in life, trauma and everything like that. Grief and loss in particular is a massive thing for me. But then to be able to share and educate people on my journey and what I did, you see that sparkle in their eye where they go, "Oh, I'm going through that now,"
Yeah.
or I can identify that this and that. And then as for them, it's they then walk away from the camp being, because some of them are young dads, some of them don't have children, some of them don't have the blessing of seeing their children, all of those sort of roadblocks and hiccups on the way. But you can see that it gives them the energy and thrive to stand tall again and march on to take on whatever battle they need to take on to, one, see their kids, two, maybe be a better partner, a better father, a better person within themselves. So yeah, that's what I seen coming out of that, and yeah, it just made me feel amazing.
That's beautiful. I love that.
And like, I just love what how you're talking about it, and like we're really massive at Mibbinbah around that transfer of knowledge, and just listening to you, like with what you've learned over your journey, and as you said about the grief and the loss and all those sort of things that you've been through, and you can guarantee that that's going to come up at the camp, just sitting around having those yarns as well. And for you to be able to, talk about that and tell people what you've been through, it's going to be such a tonic for like those other fellas as well, because this may be the first time that some of them get to talk about their grief.
Yeah, absolutely. And in general, grief's a hard thing to speak about. It comes down to pride and ego, and some people just don't know how to communicate grief. It's easier for people to just bottle it up.
Yeah, or they won't accept the grief.
That's
Sometimes we're not in acceptance. We're not accepting that someone's passed or the relationship's ended, or there's been some form of grief where we're not in that energy of acceptance. And what you've just shared with your journey of grief and loss, you've been able to transform that experience into healing, which is then also sharing it onto community and to others, which I'm not saying that there's no pain still attached to it or no sadness, but you're able to find the medicine and the magic of it. And because grief is so powerful, it's so powerful.
yeah. There was I know Adrian and I were talking. It must have been last weekend or the weekend before. We were at a wedding, and he won't mind me sharing this story. But he was opening up to me at that time around the two things that he struggles with mostly in life is change and acceptance.
Yeah, wow.
So change can be as big as and small as what it is. But for example, if you see somebody in good wealth getting around, and then something happens to them, and then something changes about them, then like he struggles to accept all of that. Yeah.
And I think that's massive. I mean, and like as you know, I mean, we've got those workshops there that are around acceptance and around choice and those sort of things, and it's just amazing to hear other people's journeys, and that's what we love hearing is like hearing those journeys that people go through, and like if we go back to grief for 1 minute, I mean, we all go through grief, and we've all been through grief, and there's a process of grief. They talk about 7 stages or whatever. No one misses out on those 7 stages, and it might be that we have them in a different order or whatever, but we can't not have those, because we all have to go through them to be able to come out the other side and again start that healing journey.
Yeah, see, you've taught me something here today. The 7 stages. I wasn't too aware of that, but I'll tell you what, I've gone through those 7 stages 6 different times. I reckon that's how much
100%. Yeah,
that's how much grief and loss is attached to me. But it's made me who I am today, and
yeah.
Yeah, and brother, I think that's the beautiful thing about it is, you know, you're not coming from a textbook or anything like that. You're coming from life experiences, and so you've got that you can share with people, but you've also got the beautiful side and that all that knowledge, all that skill, all those different wisdom that you've got within yourself and Adrian as well, and like you can share again, have that transfer of knowledge with others, so you're going to walk away, they're going to walk away with a whole heap of different skills and tools that they're able to use in life. And I must say that we love sitting with you and Adrian and just yarning, so I think this is such a great opportunity for these lads to be able to, you know, learn a little bit from you, but you'll learn from them as well, and that's that whole transfer of knowledge, So,
Yeah.
I'm excited by it, and I wish I could have been there, but other things,
Next time.
other things
Yeah,
elsewhere,
that's it. Like I said, this will be the first of many. There'll be
Yeah,
plenty
yeah,
of
no,
Yeah,
definitely,
absolutely.
so
and again, that's the beautiful thing, brother, is that this is going to be such a beautiful partnership that there's no one that's boss here, or like, because we're in that sort of relationship where if you get that big head or whatever, you get a foot up the arse to say,
yeah,
hey, pull your head in a bit, you know what I mean? So,
yep.
and that's the sort of relationship we've all got. So, look, I just love it, and I can't speak highly enough of what you lads do, and we can't wait to have that partnership. So, thank you, and I'm going to leave the last word to
To
you,
Polly.
to Polly.
No, again, thanks for the opportunity. I really appreciate it. For anybody else that's looking for, to connect with Blood Brothers Fishing, you can reach us on Facebook, or we have an email address that is admin@bloodbrothersfishing.com.au. We obviously want to try and link in with as many people and organisations as possible, schools even, just so we can try and make some sort of change in anybody's life, how big or small it is. But Jack, Lisa, really appreciate it. Love the general partnership that we have and the love for each other. I know you on a personal level too. And anybody that shared out to use, anybody that's looking for amazing spiritual healers and community people, reach out to Mibbinbah as well.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, bro.
It's very nice.
And I do have to say, congratulations on your new role at Goulbury as well.
Yeah, thank you. It's Deputy CEO of Community Services now, so I now look after the whole of family and child wellbeing, which is our child protection space. And then aged care as well. And we just got news last night that Commonwealth Home Support Program, so the entry level of aged care, has now been extended for another 2 years by the federal government.
Wow. I just want to mention that a little bit, because you've actually grown this, like the aged care at Goulbury, from something that was quite small into something that's pretty massive now, haven't you?
Yeah, I've had the luck and fortunate to, when I first started at Goulbury, I was a lawn maintenance worker, so I used to go around and mow everybody's lawns and stuff like that. And I've paced my steps through Goulbury. I went from there into a couple of streams of child protection, so being Indigenous placement unit, so going out and recruiting foster carers and supporting foster carers and kin carers. And then I went into family support, so early intervention of child protection. And then, something was just meant to be and brought me back to aged care. So then I took on the Commonwealth Home Support Program. It was the old HAC program back then, Home and Community Care.
Yeah.
And our hippie program that's running still at the moment, and we've expanded into Warwick. So I was coordinating both of those. One extreme, children and elders.
Yeah.
I just found a bit of a passion in elders, so I just fully took on Commonwealth Home Support Program, and now we're successful in the application to the Aged Care Commission that allows us to do support at home now, which is the old home care package system. And the beauty about that is support at home. You can service the nation instead of just your communities here.
Well done. That's
Well done.
fantastic.
I love listening. I love listening to you, brother. So I just want to say thanks. As you know, we're on the road, so we're about to hit the road again. So thank you. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon, eh?
Will do. Thank you, and safe travels.
Thanks, brother.
All right.